Okay, hi all. Something again. I don't know if I'm on the right track with this, but let me know if I'm on the right track. So th- it's weird to explain. So I was just trying to mix two songs together, "Open Skies" and "Connecting to Source," random songs I found on Beatport, and I was trying to figure out how to mix them, and I'll show you kind of how I probably would have mixed them like last week. It's not like it's a million years ago. It's just I'm learning, right? So when I made my mix two, this is probably how I would have mixed them, right? So bear with me. So this is probably yeah. So if these were in mix two, this is probably what I would have done. So like not bad, right? Like it's not bad. That's to me it's okay. There's a nice drop. Um, Let me reset. It's an okay drop, but it maybe it's just the songs that because I kind of tried mixing them somewhere, like trying to find the proper entry point for Open Skies, the proper exit point for Connecting to Source. I think I found those, but it's just trying to mix them. So let me see. But then I'm like, what if I just let them play a bit, right? Because Open Skies has this little like moment here, if you can hear it. Oh, right where there's a drop that everything stops, like everything stops. Right, so Open Skies has that moment where everything stops, and I'm like, you can't really. I tried mixing into that like that specific point, like dropping Connecting to Source like I did just now. Just when I showed you the example, I tried dropping Connecting to Source right there, at that drop point. I tried I tried a little bit earlier, kind of like here and here, and it didn't work. But let me. I tried to. Okay, I'll show you what I thought, like what I figured, and let me know if it sounds good to you guys. I'm gonna mute. So how does that sound? Does that sound better? There was a little moment though. There was a little moment that I noticed just now where is it? I think this little is it this moment here? It's a bit that was a bit weird. Yeah. So maybe drop the highs before that moment. Yeah. So that apart from that little moment, um, that I don't maybe drop. the high pass or the low pass filter just for that moment. I'm not sure. Maybe drop the lows a bit high, a bit more, right? Something like that. Yeah, maybe make sure the lows are a bit lower. Something like that. So anyway, okay, yeah. Let's try that again with the lower lows this time. Let's see how that works. Okay, so that was bad sound because my mic was picking up the sound as well, but you kind of get the idea, right? Um, yeah, you kind of get the idea. We'll do it again with the proper sound for you guys, cause yeah, do it again, just so you can hear it properly without the slight echo. Also, this is good practice for me, so let's try that again. So yeah, I think that sounds better than what I would have done in mix 2, right? I don't know. I didn't use loops, which is again something I want to start doing, but I was trying to like figure out how to use loops. I think if I plan everything out, loops aren't super necessary unless I want to do the intro from the previous video where I just take like House of House or Come On Dance with Me or This Is Bigger or something, and I want to introduce that a little bit earlier in the song. But something like this, I think, is better than what I did most of the time in mix 2. Now, the something like transition from Lethal to Drifting Away, I'm okay with the drop because I think Drifting Away has a really nice, like a nice start, like a nice drop. But maybe Another Chance to Your Loving Arms or something like that could stand for like a longer transition, and then Another Chance could just kind of like die down, kind of, at the first drop of Your Loving Arms, or not drop it at the first breakdown after the intro, or again just sort of normally, like just slowly go down in volume, just normally, and then it kind of just disappears and dissipates, and people forget about it. yeah, just a thought I had about how to transition those two songs. I don't know if it's specific to those two songs or if it's that. Now I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why I had that idea to wait longer is that there is in my brain I'm like I'm just picking two random like I'm just picking random songs to try to mesh together. And this is kind of like what I did here. But if I take a mix that someone's already done, right? And so I took two songs from Miss Monique mix from her channel from one of the sets that she did, and I'm like, if those two songs work well together for her, right? If she can mix those two songs together, they work well together, and so I can always do that myself. And let's see how I can do it with my knowledge, and then we'll see how it compares to what she did. I made the mistake of watching how she did it instead of just doing it first and then watching her. And the thing with that is that her transitions were taking like 1 to 2 minutes in that mix, generally like somewhere in the range of 1 to 2 minutes long. And the transition of the two songs I picked was like super long, and it seemed like it was in a couple different steps. And obviously the last step was stopping the first song, but it was at like the stop of the intro. It was at the start of the breakdown. So I'm like, maybe I can just do that here as well. How does that sound? And I think it sounds really good. So that's kind of why I thought about that. I'm not, that good yet to think about that myself. But yeah, but let me know what you think. Is that which one sounds better? The one I probably would have made in mix two, or this new one that I tried now? Anyway, let me know what you think.